Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Victor Orlando. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage. You've seen this lady on The Martin Show, The Jamie Foxx Show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Def Comedy Jam, but she was Gina Devereaux on A Different World. She is my friend, faithful and just, and the host for this evening called That Time of the Month, period. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Ajai Sanders.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. I am so happy to be here, and I am so happy that you are here. Thank you, Victor. One more time for Mr. Victor Orlando. So, this is a comedy/variety show. And for those of you who aren't familiar with, y'all go to comedy clubs and y'all just see people go up back to back to back to back and do stand-up. This show is a little bit different, is a little bit more extraordinary because I am here. Picture me as like the black female Simon Cowell. Because what I'm gonna do, what I'm going to do in the next coming months is present to you the best and brightest, unsung, underexposed, but some of the most talented people in Hollywood, Victor Orlando being one of them. So Victor and I we're really pretty much family, right? Like, so all these people, I've been in the business for over 30 years now, and I know I look 29, don't I? I know. But Victor and I have known each other since I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, if not younger, because he's from Dallas, like I'm from Dallas, and he had a big dream to come out here to California and pursue his dream, and here he is, he played with the Gap Band, and he's been nominated with NAACP awards and Grammy awards. This being Grammy weekend, I think we should celebrate that. So, and he inspired me to get on a plane after I graduated high school and come out here and pursue my dream. And so my mom was like, go look up Victor. Don't forget to call Victor. So here we are, 30 years later, performing on the same stage, and I'm honored and grateful for that. The Nate Holden, this place is very special to me because this is also a place where you may not know this, but David Letterman, he shoots his show here called Next Up or Need No Introduction. Whatever the show is on Netflix, he shoots it here on this stage. So I'm honored to be sharing the stage on the same. Hello, ladies. Cute hair. Let's talk later, girl. I'm in need, honey. Yes. So David Letterman shoots his show here, and for 5 seasons, Key and Peele shot their show here. Y'all know who Key and Peele are? Yes, Get Out. Y'all know that movie? So anyway, they shot their show. So, and now, That Time of the Month is also a part of that company. So I'm excited. So I love talking to people, and what I'd like to do is open it up for a couple of questions. Anybody got a question they want to ask before we start the show? No one has a question? Yes, sir. Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. So back in 1994-ish, so there was a time where I was working on A Different World every single day, right? And I would work from Monday through Thursday, and then I'd go out of town, fly back in, and I'd go out of town on the weekends and do stand-up somewhere in the country, And then I'd come back into town sometime early during that weekend. I could never find a spot to do stand-up. And I would go to clubs and ask them if I can get up, I'm a professional comedian. They didn't know who I was, because I'm always gone. And so I noticed that they didn't ever let a lot of women on stage back then. And they told me that pretty women couldn't be funny, and they didn't take me seriously. And they didn't let me on stage. And so every time I did see a comedian on stage, a woman, it would be one out of like a group of 10. So I was like, all right, okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my own show. And that's what I did. I did a once-a-month comedy show, slayed by females, hosted by a woman, produced by a woman, starring women with one male guest. That's how it started. One guy. I'm like, y'all wanna do that to us? We'll do that to you. And it was a success. And so I just figured if you can't join them, beat them. Hey! So here we are still. Here we are still doing this thing. So I've done it over a few years. And so this is where I think this is the last stop because we have a lot of plans for this show. Who else? Anybody got another question? Another question? Okay, I can't see.
What is your favorite show on your favorite series that you get on?
My favorite series or my favorite episode? Oh. Well, a lot of people like the one that I got beat up on. So, but my other favorite was the one where starring Tupac. The one that called Homie, Don't You Know Me? Tupac was a gentleman. He was so much fun, and we smoked a lot of weed back then. So we had a lot of fun. Yeah, that was my favorite one. We had a lot. We laughed so much. We had too much fun. It was almost kind of we felt bad that we were making money that week, but it was a lot of fun. Anybody else got a question? Yes, sir, or ma'am. I can't see. Yes. Great. Yeah, he's a staunch professional, and he didn't take too much shit. Oh yeah, he got into an argument. Am I supposed to talk about this? I'm gonna talk about it. So he got into an argument with one of the producers. So I was on the show. I was having the baby, right? So my legs are, So I'm like sitting there gap-legged, like, and they're going back and forth over my head. They're like, no, we don't want to, because they didn't want him to do. His idea was for the baby to shoot across the room. And they didn't want that. They were like, nah, that's gonna cost us too much money. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. We can all go home right now. And I was like, hey, I'm only hired for a week. Can we work this out? Wait, hold up. So we worked it out, and that's how the show got aired. So, and that's one of the highest rated episodes of Martin. So I'm really grateful for that. One more, and then we gotta go. My favorite color is burgundy. Why? Are you checking my chakras or some shit? I mean, like, that was a real, like, spooky question. Like, oh, I don't know. Hey, girl, I got family in the room. Oh, man. Okay, so you're in for a really good show. So this show we're also celebrating Black History Month, right? And originally, so my idea was to have African dancers perform with Victor, right? That was the original thought. I thought that was a good idea. And see, since my career started off as a dancer, I thought, I'll join in with the cheering. And since I'm 50 now, grown, so I held on to this idea until one night. This is very true. My mom knows, she's in the audience somewhere, and she knows. One night I was sleeping, and I rolled over, and something in my knee popped. I'm sleeping. I don't even know if I'm dreaming, but I'm sleeping. I'll just roll over, and it was the kind of unexpected pain that made me lose all of my religion. So I turned over, and I heard this pop, and I was like, oh, shit! It was one of those. Y'all ever had those? Who's over 50 in here? Who's over 45? So y'all know that kind of pain where it's unexpected. You can't prevent it. You was just like, oh, God. And I just went back to sleep. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to change the format of the show because I'm not getting my 50-year-old ass out there and embarrass myself because now I can't move laterally like I used to. And that's all right because I'm happy to be alive. Anyway, that was the original thing. But tonight, we got a good show for you. We got Alicia Cooper. We have a couple of Black History surprises, and we got Kente Scott, and we have a beautiful spoken word artist. And so this is a dedication to Black history in the comedy sense, and I'm gonna take you on a journey, and we're gonna go historical, and we're gonna pay tribute to an icon. But before I want to introduce you to one of my comedy babies. This young woman, she's been doing comedy under 5 years old, and I think that she is so smart and so funny naturally. I met her on Facebook about how many years, Lena? About 5 or 6 years ago. She's from New York, clearly. When did we meet? 2010? We'll say 2009 to make it sound like historic. So 10 years ago, and she wanted to do stand-up, and she inboxed me, and we talked or whatever, and I gave her advice or whatever. So then she started getting mentored by Kim Coles, and then I would call people in New York and connect them because she sounded like she was really serious. A lot of people say, I want to do stand-up. They do it one time and they get scared because this is scary. This ain't easy. This is not. We make this look easy. This is not a game. So I was like, no, seriously, it's not a game. So she was like, she kept going, and I called up Chris Rock. I'm like, yo, I got a girl out there. Put her up. He put her up. She did great. And then so on and so on. Then her house burned down in New York, right? Whose house burns down? Her house burnt down in New York. So she was like, fuck it, I'm coming to LA. She's resilient. She's strong. She's smart. She's beautiful. And she's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of black comedy, Brooklyn, Lena.
Thank you. Wow, this is really nice. Thank you guys for coming out. So I just want to start out by giving a shout out to all the veteran comedians who are paving the way for us new comedians. I really appreciate it. Appreciate Ajai Sanders. Give it up for Ajai, you guys. I just want to thank Ajai for putting on this amazing show, showcasing our talents. Ajai told me to highlight a comedic inspiration of mine for Black History Month, but that's really hard for me because I'm honestly inspired by everyone who's doing comedy and excelling at it. Like, whether they're a veteran or newer and just killing the game, I'm totally inspired because comedy is not easy. Let me tell you, it's a tough thing to do, especially for a Black woman. So all the Black women killing it right now, Wanda Sykes, Tiffany Haddish, Amanda Seales, just everybody. I'm really inspired. And I also want to give a shout out to Flex Alexander and Kim Coles for being mentors to me. Yeah. They've been really, really great, really supportive since I started doing comedy a few years ago. So I'm really blessed to have them in my corner. And I love being a new comedian because no matter how old you are, people still call you a baby. Like, yes. You could be 72. They like, oh, you a baby in this comedy. I'm like, yes, I'm a baby. I love it. It makes me feel so good and young because I'm getting old, y'all. I started getting gray hair all along my edges. This is messed up. I ain't ready for that. I had to get this stuff, right? It's called Gray Away. Man, y'all know what it is, right? It's a spray, for those of you who don't know. It's supposed to cover up your gray hair. So I got some, and I sprayed it all up in here, all along my edges. I said, ooh, I look good. They'll never know. I went to a party, y'all. I was killing it, okay? Doing all my 90s dance moves. I was hitting it. Halfway through that party, all that stuff was gone. Sweated out. I went in that party young and cute. Came out old as hell. My friend saw all that gray. She said, ooh, what happened? I said, girl, that party stressed me out. Getting old is rough. You know you old when you lie about your age, and your fake age is old too. I love doing comedy, though. It has allowed me to meet lots of new, interesting people. But I gotta be honest with you, meeting people over the age of 40 is starting to make me a little uncomfortable, because they always want you to guess how old they are. Then they get mad when you guess their right age. So myself, how old do you think I am? I'm like, I don't want to answer that. That's a trick question. It's a trap. They're like, oh, come on, just take a wild guess. Okay, 45? And they like, so I start feeling bad, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to offend you. But anyway, how old are you? And they go, 45. But you know good and well I don't look a day over 35. You don't. You look a decade over 35. I understand it though, you know, getting old is terrifying. I recently started losing friends to old age. It is so sad. I mean, they ain't die or nothing. I just can't associate with them no more. Because I can't stand when the old-looking bitch start telling people we grew up together. No, the hell we did not if you don't get your old ass out of here. And you can't say that because then they try to call you out. I don't know what you talking about. You older than me. You used to be my babysitter. The hell I did. You got to tell people that's my auntie. 'Cause once you get a certain age, you got to be careful who you hang out with. Your ass be old by association. This old man tried to holler at me yesterday. Must have been about 75. I said, sir, I am not interested. He said, I just want to be your friend. I said, I don't want no grand friend. They always talking about black don't crack, black don't crack. Apparently once in a while it does. And when it don't crack, it damn sure pops. Them bones and them joints, they be popping. That's the trick. You can't look at black people. You gotta listen to them. Black people be walking around looking like teenagers, sounding like bubble wrap. You like, brah, 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 brah. You're like, damn, that's you sounding like that? My uncle sat down, his knees sound like gunshots. Kapow! I was like, yo, they shooting. Half the time you in a black neighborhood thinking it's a shootout, that's probably just black people sitting down. I went shopping earlier. I was in CVS. You know what I noticed? They got home tests for everything now. They got pregnancy tests, HIV tests, DNA tests. I saw a home drug test. Now, how does that work? I mean, I'm pretty sure you know if you're on drugs. You ain't gonna be in the store like, I wonder if I'm a crackhead. Well, let me just grab one of these and I'm gonna go find out. This lady outside of CVS, she came up to me, she said, excuse me, miss, do you have an extra $1? Who the hell got extra dollars? Like I was in there counting my money, 19, 20, 21. 21? Oh, hell no. Where'd this extra $1 come from? I don't even want this one, girl. You can have it. Hate when those extra dollars be getting all in my way. Making my wallet too tight. I ain't even dignify her with a response to that dumb question. Sure, I'm broke as hell. I ain't got money to just be giving out to people. This homeless man was shaking a cup full of change in my face. I said, now you just showing off. You ever be so broke you get jealous of people's pets? That dog probably ate twice today. He ain't got no job. I had to get me an EBT card, shoot. I ain't ashamed to admit it. I gotta tell y'all though, the government is petty. They mad petty. Did you know that you can't buy hot food with the EBT card? Yeah. So I went to the deli. I ordered a sandwich. The man gonna heat it up. So I tried to pay for it with the EBT card. He's talking about, you can't pay for hot food with this card. I said, so wait till it cool off. I ain't gonna be broke for long though. I ain't, because I put money on my vision board. That's right. So it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm trying to be patient, but the IRS ain't really trying to hear. Just give me a little more time. I'm waiting on the universe. They're going to send me a certified letter. I called them up like, what do y'all want? They're talking about, you owe us $14,000. And if you don't pay, we're going to put a levy on your house. I said, thank the Lord. Oh, my God. Thank God be looking out. She said, ma'am, did you hear what I said? I said we're going to put a levy on your house. I said, yeah, thank the Lord. I ain't got no house. She said, well, we're going to suspend your driver's license. I said, praise him. Praise the Lord. She said, ma'am, do you understand? I said, we're going to suspend your driver's license. I said, yeah, I'm from New York. I ain't got no driver's license. What I need that for? She said, well, we're going to freeze your bank account. I said, look at God. Won't he do it? She said, damn, you ain't got no bank account either? I said, yeah, but I ain't got no money in it. I never been so happy to not have shit in my life. I'm so blessed. So I was watching Precious. She was doing an interview talking about she owes it all to her friend because her friend is the one who told her she should audition for the role of Precious. What kind of friend is that? How do you propose something like that to your friend? Like, what did she say? Was she reading the casting calls? Like, casting, the role of Precious. Precious is a big, fat, black, dusty, broke bitch from the ghetto. Girl, that's you. Girl, you better go audition for the role of Precious. They described you to a T. I know you'll get it. And what did she say back to that? You know what? That's rude as hell. But you got a point. Let me go get this money real quick. I got a fat friend. She refused to eat in public. I said, girl, I think they know. That's mine. This fell out my pocket. I got holes in my pocket. I'm getting fat myself, y'all. I think these fat jokes is bad karma. Look at this. That's messed up. Somebody told me I lost weight, though. I got offended. Because all I could think about was, well, damn, how fat was I before? That's rude. That's fat shaming. You gotta be careful what you say to people nowadays. Everybody's so touchy. Society is so sensitive, right? My friend got mad at me because I called the person handicapped. She said, no, you're not supposed to say handicapped. That's not politically correct. You're supposed to say disabled. I started thinking, I'm pretty sure I'd rather be called handicapped instead of disabled. Because disabled sounds like they just gave up on your ass altogether. Right? I'm sorry, you're just not able. At least handicapped sounds like you're able, right? Just not too much. Like, hey, I'm handy, but there's a cap on it. Yo, you guys have been great. My name is Brooklyn Jones. Follow me at Brooklyn Jones Comedy. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Let's not. Thank you. All right. I know what time it is. I know what I am. 50 gonna creep up and be like, bitch, you know we had this talk. Let me tell you what we not gonna do. Wasn't Brooklyn Lena amazing? My baby growing up. Y'all having a good time so far? Well, y'all need to just we're going to keep this show rolling because you are in for a treat. So this young man is somebody that I'm a really big fan of spoken word, right? And not that corny ass spoken word though. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes that Matthew McConaughey, thinking they real deep, but they not. You know what I mean? Just that real, like, you smoke too much weed and now you think you smart type of spoken word. I don't like that. But this young man is amazing. He has been on the road with Jill Scott as an opening act on her national tour. I'm going to read a couple of his, I don't want to get this wrong. And I saw him on YouTube, and it was a random thing, and I didn't realize that he was friends with Ren. So I was like, "You got to get him on the show, Ren." So here he is, and he was nominated for an NAAC Image Award, and he's also a Tony Award winner of Def Poetry Jam. So hello, ladies and gentlemen. The hair, though, the hair. Y'all killing me with the hair and the. I'm loving my people. See. Wakanda forever. Yes. Hi, Bruce. How you doing? Is your voice warmed up? How's your voice tonight? I'm just asking. I'm not gonna put you on the spot and ask you to sing or nothing, but all right, it's okay. Oh, look at you. When you get your confidence. I used to go to church with Bruce. He used to be like, "No, I don't want to sing in the choir. I just want to, just fall back." Now you be like, "Oh, you think you're Rashawn Patterson or something now, huh?" He's like, "I'm good. Got your little disco shirt on. I like it. Happy to see you. How you doing, sir?" Are you gonna be humble and pretend like I'm not gonna talk about you? You feel like if you just stay quiet, she'll just go away. No, that's not how this works, sir. And how are you, and what is your name? How do you know Bruce? Oh, social media. Okay. I met a cowboy like that once. Yes, we saved a lot of horses. Giddy up. Oh, God, my mother's in the room. I should stop. Anyway, well, you guys have come at the right time because the spoken word artist is amazing. His name is Andrew Tyree. He's going to do a couple of pieces for you, but not back to back. We're going to bring him back later. Anyway, please put your hands together. You're going to love him, I promise you, because I got good taste. Get me started, Vic. Y'all going to make me take my shoes off in a minute. Ow, oh. Please put your hands together for Mr. Andrew Tyree, everybody.
You don't have to stop there. Don't stop on my behalf. Let that play. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Let me get off this carpet. That looks dangerous. I done seen about two, 3 people trip on that. All right. Yeah, you see it. All right, we're going to do some poems. Let's see. Oh, man, it's a little warmer up. I made a mistake. Okay, before we get into these poems, I made a mistake tonight. I came out the house with these cool young man pants on, but the way the wind is set up, the wind didn't touch my ankle as soon as I left out the house. Ah, but Jesus, I got holes in them. I bought them like this. That's they cost extra. I paid extra for the holes. It's not wintertime pants. Okay, my mistake. Yeah, I paid extra for these. Oh, hey now. Okay, listen. Let me get closer. All right. If you ever been in love, somebody say hell yeah. If you ever had your heart broken, somebody say hell yeah. Now, if you got over that shit real quick because you realized that sorry motherfucker didn't know what they was missing, somebody say hell yeah. All right, cool. Angry crowd over there. Y'all bitter. It's okay. Be bitter. Own it. It's no problem. All good. I like it. Okay. It had to be like the deepest pain I ever felt. No, see, it was more like the deepest pain known to man, though women, y'all might disagree and put childbirth on the stand. Or make menstrual cramps raise their right hand and testify under oath as to being the deepest pain known to man. But you see, unlike their pain, this pain affected your inner man. Mine of which through this situation was almost destroyed and left vacant, but thank God through prayer, meditation, self-motivation, tapes, and TD Jakes, I was able to save it. Now looking back, I realized that she didn't kill me, so she must have made me stronger. So thank you, and I hate you. Because you see, the only reason why I'm as strong as I am is the exact same reason why I'll never fully trust a woman again. So you toyed with something that had to be earned and can never be given, like trust and respect. And for that reason, for a split second, I despised the fact that you were living. You managed to take something beautiful and turn it into something ugly as sin, and for what? See, at first thought I figured maybe he was taller than me, stronger than me, had a better job than me, a better car than me. Maybe he had a better knack for making you smile than me, but on second thought, that couldn't be because you came back to me. If it was so, you would have stayed and slept in that bed that you neatly, deceitfully, and discreetly made, but you came back with me oblivious to the fact that you had been infiltrated by somebody who you said had a tighter mat. Girl, you were my angel. And I loved you, my angel. I loved you like Jennifer Hewitt does her middle name, and like Victoria's Secret does her spells, and as far as I could tell, you felt the same, my angel. My 36, 24, 40. 40 shaped angel. My butterscotch colored, shoulder length hair, deep set hazel eyed, full lips, soft skin, soft spoken, straightforward, determined, motivated, motivating, sweet loving, caring, wholesome, honest, sharing, funny, ghetto, and bougie. Always happy with dinner and a movie. Even if it was just TBS's dinner and the movie, as long as the dinner together we made it. But my angel, you came back to me impregnated. And bitch, I know, I was there. It was terrible. So with water-dry eyes that were bloodshot red, you turned to me and said you were having our child, and I smiled idiotically and said, all right. I rubbed your little tummy and told you everything was going to be all right. I started working overtime, stopped hanging out all night, all the while throwing off this nagging sensation that something was just not right. And 9 months later, when our daughter was seemingly brought to life, the doctors thought me to be the cruel individual because I could not make these hands touch that little life. And 6 weeks later, when the test results came back and confirmed that my suspicions were right, I was pissed because you were going to make me raise that man child, and that by no means is right. And at that moment, every holy, sanctified bone in my body wanted to separate you from your fucking life. But I didn't have the strength mentally nor emotionally to fight, so I silently prayed for you, said my goodbyes, and walked out of your life. And the damnedest thing is, I still can't make myself regret not one single night. I just think it's kind of fucked up that you have 2 men loving you and now there's no one in your life. And your father now knows that his daughter used to act similar to a woman of the night. Now that has got to be punishment enough. So if I ever saw you again, I would never yell, scream, nor curse your name. I would simply look you dead in your eye and proclaim that you are the cause of the deepest pain I've ever felt.
So if that cowboy don't work out, I'm just saying. Andrew Tyree, one more time, please. Oh my God, that was great. He was talking about like relationship to somebody that wasn't shit or something like that. I didn't hear the whole thing. You was in love with somebody who wasn't shit. Yeah, that's my story. Yeah, I'm newly divorced. I'm really excited. Please be happy for me. Yes, Lord. It's almost like I'm lighter and I feel cuter and, I feel like you're wearing a heavy, wet cashmere coat for like 5 years. It's like, thank you, Jesus. Woo! Because you don't really know until you really know, right? And I was like, we got into, the last time I knew it was time to break up was when I said, we got into an argument about like where to move. And I was like, because I wanted to stay near the beach and he wanted to move, closer to his girlfriend. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work out. That bitch ain't my type. Yeah, so, And then he tried to come back, because look, I married somebody with potential. I ain't gonna lie. I'll never do that. Next time it's for money or just sex. But it won't be potential, no. So I did, thinking, all I gotta do is just help him, get his teeth fixed and shit, help him take care of his skin, I'll be that woman, Then I turned into, let me tell you something, ladies. If you meet a man and you fall in love with him and you meet his mother, and the one thing she says is, that's gonna always be my baby, run for the hills. Because that's what you're gonna get, a man baby. Seriously. Because I found myself turning into a mama wife, and I was like, okay, no, ma'am. But yeah, I remember thinking, I'm like, dude, you gotta get, I was hoping he's gonna get his stuff together eventually and, pull his weight up, and he never did. And so when I found out that he was unfaithful, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. And he was like, well, he tried to come back with well, we can work it out though. I mean, I'm a change, and he was like begging me back and stuff, and I was like, yeah, okay, let me think about it. And then he said the one thing that pissed me off. He said, because Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, and they worked it out. I said, okay, yeah, true. However, together, they're worth over $1 billion. You got a 300 credit score. To the left. No, everything you own is in that box on the left. No, in the closet, that's my stuff. If I bought it, please don't touch. Oh, keep talking that shit, that's fine, but can you walk and talk at the same time? Because the cowboy's on his way. All right, so our next act, he's not an act, he's a human being who is an old friend of mine, and he is actually one of my teachers. He's one of my teachers who, when I was starting at the Comedy Act Theater, not too far from here on 43rd and Crenshaw, back in 1980, 87, Corinne? So this lady here in the red jacket, say, let them see you. I don't know why she gets shy like in public. Like she's really this vibrant, dynamic human being, but she's one of my oldest friends. I think Angela Santiago, are you here too? Okay, there's baby. Okay, so that's a story there. We're going to talk later. But this one here took me to the Comedy Act Theater. I had never seen live comedy before in my life. So anyway, she took me, and then that's how this long story, but anyway, one night Louis Dix didn't show up or something, and they said, we ready to get the show started, and somebody asked me to go on stage and introduce Robin Harris, and that was my inspiration, and that's how it happened. Okay, so, but it's her fault that I'm up here. So if I'm not funny, blame her. Don't boo me, blame her. But I've had quite a nice career. So anyway, one of the gentlemen that was a regular at the Comedy Act Theater, his name is Daryl Littleton, and he was always so smart. He and I became fast friends, and he taught me how to do this thing, and he taught me how to love stand-up comedy. He's also an historian, a comedy historian. So what I wanted to share with you in celebrating, this is a compilation of Black comedy. It's called Comedy Black and Blue. Now you won't hear people on these CDs. You'll never hear again. There's Red Fox, Pygmy Markham, LaWanda Page, Marsha Warfield, who? Slappy White. I mean, you got every genius comedian on these CDs. So if you are inclined and you really want some history in your possession, this is something he put together and archived. And the same thing with all these books. He wrote this book called Comedians on Black Comedy. I'm in it. So I'm like if I die like tomorrow, you'll always read my words. That's awesome. Comedians, laugh, be a lady. So when I started doing stand-up, they told me pretty girls couldn't be funny. They said, and I didn't even consider myself pretty. I was just like, what? So they said I was never going to be, they didn't take me seriously and all that stuff. Daryl Littleton was one of those people. He was like, just keep telling jokes. Just keep telling jokes. You're fine. Just keep telling jokes. So anyway, I would like for him to come out and just say hello. Because Daryl also this year suffered from bladder cancer and beat it. God is a good God. So I just want to just brag on him and I'm just so happy he's alive. When I saw him back there, I'm like, you're alive. Oh my God, you're alive. Yeah, because we lost a lot of people last year. You know, Ricky Harris is gone. You know what I mean? It's like, that's crazy how. So I'm happy that he survived. So anyway, here he is, Mr. Daryl Littleton. He's going to share a little something with you. He just wanted to come and just say hello. He's not even booked on the show. He just told me he'd show up because he loves me. So Daryl Littleton, everybody.
Give it up for everybody you've seen. Give it up for AJ. And, it's great to be here, not just because, I survived cancer and I'm alive. It's great to be here because any man who's been in show business for 30 years and isn't up on charges these days, that's a great thing. It's pretty doggone amazing. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been screwing up. When all these other guys were having fun, I was just being a good guy. All right. Well, and some people use the word legend with me. I figured out how you become a legend. Just get old. Just don't die. That's all. That's how you become a legend. All the real legends die off, and it's like, well, who's left? Well, that nigga over there. Shit. I mean, Hell, I'm pushing 70. I know I don't look it. That's because I'm lying, but I am old. I'm getting that old man smell. I don't like that shit, man. I don't like smelling like Ben Gay. That's some bullshit, I really don't even like old people because they're unreliable. You can't count on them. I was supposed to go fishing with my cousin. I show up the next morning. This nigga dead. The fuck? I know you're 90, dude, but god dang, you don't think you're going to make it through the night? Give a guy a heads up, will you? Shoot. Sitting here with a bucket full of worms. What the hell am I going to do with worms now, But, and the thing about being a historian is all you have to do is have been around when most of that shit happened. Like the minstrel era. I remember when it went down. Some of y'all taking this serious, like, damn, that nigga's old. No. Black comedy is really important to me. As AJ said, we started at the Comedy Act Theater. I actually started at Marla's Memory Lane. And there was Marla Gibbs had a great club. And there was a host named Andrew Mohammed, and he sounded just like Lou Rawls. And that was my very first joke. I said, give it up to Lou Rawls. And everybody laughed, and I said, I can do this. Yeah, this is going to be cool. And then I ended up working for BET, and I did Comic View. I produced for that. Then I went overseas, and I performed over in Asia and Europe. And I came back, and I realized a lot of young comics didn't know anything about old comics. They didn't know the shoulders that they stood on. And I was always a big fan of black comedy. And so that's why I wrote this, and came out with a CD, and I got something on Donald Trump. Everybody should have something on Donald Trump, That should be required. If you're a comic, you should have something. When this joke is all over, everybody should be able to look back and like, well, he knew what the hell was going on, Another thing about Trump, the biggest problem that I personally have with Trump is the fact he's a hypocrite. The guy hates immigrants, but he needs a translator to talk to his wife. That's crazy. They talk about Melania speaks 5 different languages. Yeah, but she got the same accent on all 5. What the fuck's that all about? That's why Barron don't talk. Come on, man, that's Putin's kid. He's Donald's boy. Ain't no fun if Putin can't have none. People talk about Barron's retarded. No, Barron's Russian, all right? If you ask him, he'll deny it in his native tongue. Nyet. So. But anyway, I wanted to get into the history of it. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Black people got into comedy during the minstrel era. The minstrel era was started because there was a white guy named Thomas Rice, and he saw a black guy working out there doing his thing, but he was doing it and he was being very flamboyant about it because this black guy had seen white slave owners, and they used to come back, and when they would check on their property, they'd be all dressed up because most of them were business people and merchants, and they'd be looking around and all that. So black people started making fun of that silly-ass behavior. So when the minstrel era started, basically it was white people making fun of black people who had been making fun of white people. Get it? Yeah, so all that clowning and silly acting, no, that was just black people's take on white folk. And so the minstrel era became the greatest, number one, it was the first show business institution in America. It predated jazz. And the first black minstrels who was ghetto fabulous, his name was Billy Kersands. His thing was, see, we do one-liners and jokes and stories and all that. What they used to do back then was like gags. Billy Kersan used to be able to put a saucer and a cup in his mouth. His mouth was big. He could put cue balls and pool balls in his mouth. He became famous the world over, so big that Queen Victoria called him to come to England and do a show for a command performance. So they sent a boat, sent him over there. He did the command performance and came back. And that's why I really admired Billy Kersan, because not only was he a groundbreaking performer, up until that point, black people hadn't had much luck on boat trips. It's kind of amazing that he came back. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about that coming back, but he came back. And so that opened the door for black show business. Minstrel shows went on. Then you had black and white minstrels. Because, see, the white minstrels dominated minstrelsy until the Civil War. At the point of the Civil War, that's when, white guys had to go kill other white guys, and that's how blacks got in. We went all the way up through. Now, it's interesting how women got into show business. Women got in the 10th century over in Germany. There was a nun, her name was Horsvitha. She wrote these comedies. Only bishops and cardinals and all that could see them. Didn't come to America until 1870. At that particular point, women were minstrels. That's the way they got in. Black guys got in the 1860s. Women got in the 1870s. However, women didn't have to keep the blackface on long. This was the reason for the blackface. It's the same doggone reason they want black dudes to act gay in movies or put on dresses. You must disarm the black man and make him look non-threatening. So the reason for the blackface was, exactly, when women did it, they didn't have to do it long. When men did it, they had to do it. They had to keep it on because these were in mixed theaters. Blacks were up in nigger heaven or all the way in the back. The whites were up in here. Now, here was the deal back then. If you were in a mixed theater, the blacks up there had to wait for the whites down here to laugh, and then they could laugh. That was the signal that it was okay. Yeah, crazy system. But that's how these party records came to be. So people could go home and listen and laugh whenever they want to and didn't have to deal with the pressure and the silliness. So anyway, when the minstrel era came in, as I was saying, when women came on stage, it was usually done with partners. Black guy would come on, but he always had to look at her. He could never look at the audience because he may make eye contact with a white person, and Lord knows you don't want to do that. The sister could come on, though, and she could talk to the audience. She could talk to him. She could converse with both. Now, when the brother left after they've done their exchange, the brother always had to leave this. Choreography is incredible. He would always have to go like this and walk off. That way, he could never make eye contact. She could sit there and, that fool, blah, 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 blah. Women comedy was always interesting to me because people used to tell me, women ain't funny, and that's garbage. I knew a lot of women that were funny. I mean, Moms Mabley is the first female comic, 1929. She predates all these guys. And if you look at the history of the Apollo Theater, Pigmeat Markham, Nipsey Russell, it didn't matter, Ben Carter, Mantan Moore, she was better than all them dudes. Moms was the first one, this was before Dick Gregory, before Lenny Bruce, before Richard Pryor, who actually talked about political issues. And the interesting thing about Moms Mabley was she started off as a young woman. She started off young like you. Yes, AJ, started off young and vibrant, looking like AJ, but Moms Mabley used to, unlike you, used to go into the audience and like sit down at somebody's table and drink the drinks and laugh it up and hug the guy and all that, and she almost got a throat slit pulling that crap. So what somebody told her to do was, you need to go ahead and dress like an old woman, and that way you can say and do whatever you want. So she patterned her act after her grandmother, the hat, the clothes, everything, and that's why Moms Mabley was able to grow into being the old Moms Mabley, which was very cool. Now, as far as the lineage of men, and then I'll wrap this up, When men started, we started in vaudeville, used to do the Chitlin circuit and all that. The first recognized, don't get me wrong, you got Burt Williams, you've got Colin Johnson, you've got Miller and Lyles, who started Amos and Andy. And the unfortunate part was the NAACP protested it off as far as off the radio, because those are two white guys anyway. But on TV, they protested it off again, which was kind of jacked up. Stick to civil rights, leave show business alone. But anyway. So anyway, Dick Gregory is the first recognized black stand-up comedian because he did actual stand-up. He didn't have to sing, he didn't have to dance or any of that. He could actually stand here and tell straight-up jokes. When Dick Gregory got into civil rights, that's when he had two proteges in defeat all the time. They were Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor. Well, Bill Cosby went on to the success before Pryor. Pryor was nothing but a Cosby clone. But in 1967, 69, Pryor decided he could not do that anymore. He was in Las Vegas. I'm cutting it real short, giving you the real quick highlights. He left Las Vegas because, he couldn't do it anymore. He told the audience, what the hell am I doing? Went to the gaming room, stripped off his clothes, butt naked, jumped on the blackjack table and said, "Blackjack!" So they ran his ass out of Vegas. All right. So they were looking for another Richard Pryor. Now, here's the interesting thing about Pryor. 48 Hours was written for Richard Pryor. Trading Places was written for Richard Pryor. And Eddie Murphy got both of those movies. Richard Pryor didn't get them because he was on drugs, which means Eddie Murphy owes his career to drugs. After Murphy got big, they were looking for, he started just doing movies. They were looking for another stand-up. They found Chris Rock. After Chris Rock, it was Dave Chappelle. After Dave Chappelle left and went to Africa, it had nothing to do with being crazy. Dave actually had family in Africa. Whenever things go bad for you, where do you go? You go to family. He had family in Africa. Most black people in here do not know their last name. My last name is Littleton. It used to bother me that I'm the last male of my grouping, and I used to say, man, I'm the last Littleton, I'm the last Littleton. Then I realized, you know what? Littleton ain't even my last name. That's the landlord's name. That was the guy that bought the family. So anyway, after Eddie Murphy and then Chris Rock, and then you had Dave Chappelle, and then you had Cat Williams, who he had his problems too, and then you had Kevin Hart, who put on a dress, and now he's anti-gay, and that's where we are. This is black comedy. All right, y'all. They're giving me the light. I got to go. But if you want to talk to me, and I got all kind of stuff and all that, and I give lectures and speeches. Thank you, AJ, for having my old ass.
See, young kids, y'all need to know. Y'all need to know how this go down. The history of how we came. Where you going, Brady? Oh, okay. You're going to be back, though, right? I'm going to sing a song. You want me to wait? So, we don't really, I don't know what's going on the radio anymore. I don't know what kind of music these kids are listening to. I don't understand it. I don't really care to I was trying to, does anybody know what trap music is? Yeah, I don't give a shit, so we can move on. And can somebody tell, what exactly is a Cardi B? Is that anything like a Nicki Minaj? I'm just asking for a Lil' Kim. That's all I'm asking. I don't really get it. I don't really see, because I grew up on music. I grew up on real music. I was born in '67, so I caught the end of the '60s. I caught all of the '70s. I caught all of that '80s music, that '80s soft rock, and that Michael Jackson. And because there was always a time on the radio. It didn't matter what time of day it was. You were always going to hear a legend on the radio. You were going Gladys, Isley Brothers, Luther, Whitney. There was always greatness on the radio. Now I have no idea what's happening, but I'm so glad that I grew up on real good music. I mean, even though, sometimes, they said some stuff in their music, but they were creative about it. You know what I mean? Like Luther Vandross knew how to make a booty call sound sexy. Let me hold you tight. If only for one night. That's all he wanted. He was real clear. He was like, this ain't gonna be no relationship. Al Green said, let's get married today. Take you in my arms and hold you. Take you in my arms and squeeze you. Made you feel something, didn't it? Take you in my arms and hug you every night, make everything all right, all right. I wanna you, baby. He ain't even say nothing. But you felt that, didn't you? Right? Oh, man. And what about Billy Paul? He made wrong right, didn't he? Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. Ow! Because we both know that it's wrong. Woo! Right? Adultery. Made you a little bit all right with it. One of my favorite singers is Sade. Because Sade has the ability to make you happy and sad at the same time. There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly led me to you. You be like, I'm in love, Sade. And on the same album, she's like, there is a woman in Somalia. You be like, oh my God. One of my favorites is Love is Stronger Than Pride. I'd like to sing it for you. Like to hear it, here it go. Ready? I won't pretend that I intend to stop living. I won't pretend that I'm good at forgiving. But I can't hate you, though I have tried. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. I still really, really love you. Sitting here waiting for you, be like waiting for the sun to rise. It's all so clear, things come and go. Sitting here waiting for you, would it be like waiting for winter? It's gonna be cold, there may even be snow. I still really, really love you. Love is stronger than pride. Woo! That's real music, right? And can we all agree now that we can collectively agree that R. Kelly is no longer grown folk music? You gonna take that out your playlist, right? Okay, no longer grown folk music. It's child's play. Anyway, I just wanted to, that's not a part of the, okay, thank y'all for listening to that. I love good music. Because, and I'm glad we know the 90s neo-soul era, right? I mean, men were still gentlemen, and I think it really has a lot to do with how we treat each other right now. We got all this volatile, hostile music. Remember back in the day when men were gentlemen, they just said, hey, can we talk? Just for a minute, I just want to know your name. Remember that? Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute, baby? Woo! I'll be like, my name is AJ. How you doing? I just, I'm real. I just came here. I ain't been here before. Okay, yeah, you want my number? Okay. Made you feel good. Made you feel really good. Erykah Badu is one of my favorites. Wouldn't it be great if Erykah Badu sang a TV theme song? What'd you say? Oh, wouldn't you like that? What is she saying? The Jeffersons. The theme to the Jeffersons? A fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues. I guess my turn is up. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess we're moving on up to decide. We finally got a piece of the pie. Damn. Y'all feel that? Okay, I'm gonna bring up the next act. I'm feeling myself now. I'm just like, Erykah, I like her. She like to get high. No, she always sound high. Like Phil Collins, I know he was high in the studio when he wrote, because check it out. Something in the air means nothing. It doesn't mean anything, right? I can feel it come. You know that the only thing that makes that song a hit is the drum solo. That's the only thing that made it make sense. The song means nothing. Have you really? I think Phil was high in the studio. He was talking to his engineer, and he was like, hello, mate. Listen, all we have to do is just put the drum beat in there. I'm going to put lyrics. He's like, are you bloody crazy? Are you bloody mad? He's like, no, just follow me. It's all good. Just hit it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. What you feel, Phil? What is it? And I've been thinking of this moment for all my life. What? I've been thinking of this. What are you talking about, Phil? What's coming? That's all it is. The drum solo is the only thing that makes it good. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop because I can do this all night. You guys doing all right up there? Yeah? Okay, good. You're being entertained. Oh, you're not entertained. All right, well, I'm going to bring Andrew back up here because y'all liked him, right? He was amazing. He's talking about some real stuff. Okay, so once again, please welcome Andrew Tyree.
Nice little Pandora playlist out here. It was cracking. It's cracking. Thought I was driving to Vegas. So this is for the good guys. For the never do you wrong guys. For the never lay a hand on you, always on time, say he'll be there at 9, 8:58, he's parking the car guys. It is for the straight shooter. For the one who would never cheat on his girl because he's a real man, and real men know that for quality, quantity just doesn't do it. It is for the unintentional motivators ready to impart inspiration into their good mornings, for the ones who are never blessed with game, just the truth, that's all the mamas ever taught them. For the ones who cannot afford to take you jet skiing and know now you know there'll be no fancy dinners every weekend. For the ones without the big dreams or the big jobs. Oh, we have our, oh shit, did I mess up the poem? I think I messed up the poem. Oh my goodness, I never do that. I don't want to start it over. Okay, here we go. This is for the good guys, for the never do you wrong guys, for the never lay a hand on you, always on time, say he'll be there at 9, 8:58, he's parking the car guys. It is for the straight shooter, for the one who would never cheat on his girl, he's a real man, and real men know that for quality, quantity just doesn't do it. It is for the unintentional motivators ready to impart inspiration to their good mornings, for the ones who are never blessed with game, just the truth, that's all the mamas ever taught them. For the ones who cannot afford to take you jet skiing and know now you know there'll be no fancy dinners every weekend. For the ones without the big dreams or the big jobs, all we have are real plans, full accounts. Oh my goodness, I forgot the piece. You know, I'm gonna do a whole nother poem. That's it. I'm gonna do something totally different, because that one's not happening. Sorry. As a child, I used to run up into invisible lines trying to catch planes that flew overhead. Skinny arms waving, legs pumping, I'd run right into that invisible line and I'd stand there heaving, watching it as it flew overhead, convinced that maybe had that line not been there, I might have caught it. So July, summer of '89, the roar of a 747 jet ripped through my spine, tore my focus from the Kool-Aid-filled ice trays, and I took off. My father looked me dead in my eyes, spun me around and said, "Now, son, you're gonna be a man one day. I can't have you chasing things you can't catch." There was no pat on the head, no rustle of the hair that accompanied this, just a stare. And I know you were trying to prepare me for life, toughen me up for the world. But now she wonders why Valentine's Day is such a hard stretch of the imagination for me. I tell her he doesn't look a whole lot like me, except through the eyes. See, he's red, with freckles on the crest of his cheek. His forearms are twice my size, and though his arms are twice my size, his voice booms like mine never will. He's never been that good at saying what he feels. Ask any little boy about the silence that goes where a man's voice is supposed to be. He'll tell you it's deafening. Sounds a lot like strike three. Like cell block 3 locked down, like the cockback of a 3-pound hammer. Ladies, I'm gonna make it easy for you. It's hard being a man. Don't believe me? Check your history books, ask your grandparents. We were raised to be less gentle and more men with the ability to fuck someone up if need be, almost on a whim. They tell you go to your target like a bullet, burst all bonds, howling up the bank with blood in your eyes, rage in your heart, ground moving beneath your feet, roaring like tanked up motors turned loose with no brakes to hold them. And when it's over, when this impulse is no longer needed, they tell you to put it away. Carry on with life like this part of us is not fake sleeping inside of us with one eye open. Tell me, how do we not instinctively lock the windows and sleep closest to the door? How do we not walk into a room, put our backs up against the wall, spot and number the exits? Our fathers' heart-to-hearts consist of how to target a kidney, not how to warm a heart. How to fix a sink, not how to mend a marriage. There are no I love yous passed down in the midst of power tool instructions. Weed into the crevices of weaponry breakdown intensives. Just oddly placed tips on how to dodge a jab. That fine women are usually crazy, and that if you're unsure, you should always flush your condoms. No, really. At 18, before I left the house, he said, "Son, always flush your condoms." So no, I can't calm down, think rationally, or consider your feelings. No, I'm learning. I was never taught to be diplomatic. I was taught to get you and the kids out, crouch in the dark, control my breathing, and wait on this fool trying to break into our home and steal our peace. What you and your girlfriend should be laughing about is how the recipe for defeating an enemy looks a whole lot like the recipe for leading a family. There are no promises here, just illusions of grandeur, but we do love you, so we are not all bad. Haircut. Some of us are just 2 weeks away from being something really dope you can work with. So in the meantime, what you want to try to do is not defang him, because the last thing you want to see when you need a man to lead is a man with no teeth for meat.
You can tell when a brother got a lot of material. He's like, "I don't want to do that one. I'm going to do something else." I'm like, "What? That was my favorite one." No, it's okay. I love you. I'll just YouTube it. But no, it was good because, hi, Janelle. Hey. Family in the house. That's my family. That's my family. That's my friend. Okay, so Santiago right here, right? I'm gonna change the mood real quick. So this lady right here, and is that your mom? Oh my God. Okay, so long time ago, I was 17 years old one time, right? And then I went to college and I met this girl. We was in dance class and my daddy kicked me out the house. And then I dragged all my stuff to the college. No, this is true, right? So, so she said, "You can come to my house." I was like, "What?" Now, I'm literally like 6 months fresh out of Texas. I don't know my way around LA. And she said, "Come to my house and you can stay." She brings me to the house. she introduces me to her family. So she's like, all right. So the mama said, okay, well, give me your mama's number so I can call her every week. And you're going to have to go to church on Sunday, and you're going to have to go into school, and you have to get yourself a job. And you got to feed the dog on Thursday. My point is, they brought me in and treated me like I was their daughter. And that's my family, the Santiagos right there. So I adore y'all. So y'all. Oh my God, I got chills. Anyway, and my brother is here. Is my brother here? I love my brother. My brother is my superhero. He's my superhero because he just is the shit. And I can't even I don't have time to explain. My brother is the shit. He's my hero. So, but I love his son even more. My nephew, my son, oh God. Anyway, so I'm just blessed. I'm so blessed. Okay, so I was gonna do something, but I forgot, just like Chiree just did, because I just got overwhelmed with all the love in the room. And I want to talk to you after the show so we can book you for a real gig, so you can come in here and do something for real. Now, are there any ladies in the house that have done that time of the month prior to? Is Retha Jones in the house? Where's Retha? Retha, can you come and show them who you are? Come here. Retha. Can you, Harry? See, she over 52, so y'all got to give her a minute. Where are you? Okay. Come here. Oh, Lord. She's wobbling. This is my friend Retha Jones. Show everybody. Yes. Do y'all know Retha? So Retha, is Tony Taylor here? Tony, where you at? Come here. Where are you? I can't see from here. Oh, she fly. Look, fly girl. You got the hat on. You all scarfed up. Look at you, got your glass. Look at you. You know what? You got to keep company with people like this because they keep your game tight, right? Look at you. So Tony Taylor, I would like for you to grace my stage as well. Retha Jones was she's my day one. She was on my first show and the last one we did before this one. She's always says yes. She don't care how much she's not getting paid. Because Retha's always had a real Hey, but when we pitched this to Netflix, though, we gonna do so you know. But she's on my team, and the young lady that's coming out now, I just want to thank you for showing up because I know you were busy today. Thank you. She always shows up for me. So those are the kind of friends. If I don't have friends like that, I don't need no sometimey ass. Oh, let me. This is wait. I gotta tell y'all this one thing. There's this real flaky brother I know. He was like, yeah, he's one of them fake deep brothers. Yeah, the celestial aspect of things, synergistically, if I don't really feel it, I ain't gonna. Nigga, what are you talking about? So I was like, you coming to the show? He's like, I'm gonna have to check my finance. Yeah, please do that, because to the left, nigga. I'm telling you, I'm not for money only. So anybody thinking don't come at me if you don't have your credit score is above 700, and if you don't have a strong savings going upward. I am not kidding. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm not. So this brother wanted to take me out to lunch, and we went to lunch. And so then, I said, you want to go Dutch? He was like, oh yeah. And I said, oh, okay. I know what it is, right? Somebody said, look, Scarf was like, yo, you know where I'm going. So then the next day, he calls me up. Yeah, girl, so I had a good time yesterday. Right down the street from my stepmom's house. I was just trying to get to see my nephews and stuff. And so, so he's like, I had a good time. We walked on the beach. It was cute. And then he was like, I'd love to explore you sexually. And then I declined. And he was like, shocked, like, what? I said, no. He was like, why? I said, because we went Dutch. He was like, I was just hoping we can be friends with benefits. I said, no, baby, we Dutch buddies. I'm learning how to set boundaries. Right? Money only, brother. Money only. Money. And if you ain't had therapy, get the fuck out of my face. If you ain't worked your shit out, stay over there. I'm not kidding. I'm tired of dealing with people with potential and brothers that's broken. Go get yourself some help right now. If not immediately, go. I will help. I'll help the copay. Go get yourself some help. We are way too technologically advanced for you to still be broken and bitter and dealing with PTSD. I'm talking about post-slavery disorder. You need to get your ass to your therapist. Not therapy, because you need help thoroughly. I'm telling you, leave me alone until you go get help. Anyway, okay. This next lady coming to the stage, she's one of my favorite people, as is Tony and as is Retha. They've always been down. They've always supported me, so I always look out for them. And we are a family. And so she has been on everything, Conan and everything, every late night comedy show you can imagine. And she's now the voice of, she's the voice of, no, she's not the voice of Spider-Man. Are you the voice of Spider-Man? I didn't think so. She has a part as a voice in the new Spider-Man movie. Please put your hands together for the beautiful and talented and really, really smart Alicia Cooper. Put your hands together, please.
Woo! Yes. All right. Where's the light gonna be? Up there, all right. How you doing? Thank you, sir. You done did the damn thing. I'm so happy to be on the stage with you. You know your stuff. Thank y'all for coming out. Give it up for everybody y'all saw so far. This has been an amazing show. This is what I'm talking about. Got to see who was in the audience. Where you at, Retha? Oh, you wait. Oh, you left? You was in the way. Because I knew you wasn't way back there because she saw you. I like how she said Retha is so, it's admirable that Retha don't come here to get paid, but I'm here for the bag, Retha. I don't know what to tell you. I'm here for the bag. My bills are due. Y'all hear me? I used to work in corporate America. I used to make good money at one point, but I was not happy. So I said, I want to do comedy. I want to live my dreams. I quit. Just cold turkey, just quit to follow my dreams. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. Don't ever follow your dreams. Just keep your good job, your benefits, your health insurance. Do what your parents did, Work that job till the wheels fall off. You ain't supposed to be happy in this life. That's what I learned a little too late as I watched my checking account just take a nosedive. I had to start strategically cutting stuff off, Had to figure out which bills I was going to pay, which ones I was going to push to the side. What I learned is they'll send it back next month. It'll just be in another color, All that stressing is for the birds, Because there's some crazy people out here. And you see it every day when you turn on the TV. TV shows you it's some crazy people out here. See, when a lot of us grew up, TV used to go off. Remember that, y'all? TV, the snow would, like the Star Spangled Banner would play, a plane would fly overhead, snow would come on, TV would go black, and you took your behind to bed because you had no other choice. But we weren't all agitated and crazy like this because we got good sleep, because we got to sleep in silence. Now you got jingles in your head when you wake up. You don't even know why. 1-800-45-CLOSET, Closet World. Like, why am I singing Closet World? Because you're not getting any sleep. The news is ignorant. We need to turn the news off. They don't give you no good news because everything is about ratings, which equals money. And you know this country is all about money. If it doesn't make money, they do not give it to you. No good news. All day long, it's just bad news. And they love trying to pit the races against each other. You know, Dateline last week did another hour on an update from the OJ trial from the 90s. Like, how many different ways y'all gonna bring this thing up? They just did a 10-part miniseries about OJ, 10 parts. I'm like, we don't need to bring this back up. We're getting along. Like, leave this OJ thing alone. I'm like, I don't even want to see this. And one day I was flipping channels and I stopped on it. That was a good-ass miniseries. I ended up watching all 10 parts. I don't even know how it happened. It was excellent. I mean, woo, the writing was, oh my goodness, the acting was superb. We had a chance to see actors we hadn't seen in a while, like Cuba Gooding Jr. was OJ, Courtney Vance was Johnny Cochran, the slow white Bronco was Peyton Manning. It was excellent. Because you don't even realize how hard it is to be a great actor, you know, because the greats make it look so easy. Viola Davis, that's one of the best to ever do this. You know, this lady has levels to her stuff. I just started acting. I'm learning. You know, I'm at level 1. Viola and Denzel, they at like level 99. Like the stuff they can do is just, I'm like, how do you, I was watching Fences. This lady was crying so hard, she had a snot bubble under her left nostril. And this snot bubble was moving and breathing. This thing had a personality. Like you couldn't pop it. It needed its own Twitter page. I couldn't take my eye off that snot bubble. They need to create an Oscar category, and the best snot bubble goes to, that snot bubble was cold. You hear me? That's how committed she gets to her role. She really gets into it. You know, she must have stored up like 3 months of mucus to get a snot bubble like that. Because that wasn't no 24-hour preparation. She been sitting with this role for a while, you know what I'm saying? Just getting into it. And that's what great actors do. They sit with the material for a while. They become this other person. So I just started auditioning, and I'm terrible because I'm naturally loud. So they always telling me, you know what? If you get the part, you have a microphone clip right here, so you don't have to be so loud. I was like, oh, okay. I started sounding like Denzel Washington. Okay. I'm going to get it together, you know. I'm going to get it together. I'm working on mine, but they already there, you know. And I couldn't believe what I was watching. Viola was crying so hard, she was flicking tears from underneath her chin and flicking it into the camera. I said, what the heck am I watching? I'm trying to figure out how she got that upset about anything, that she had water way down here and was flicking it into the camera. I couldn't believe it. I had to study the lady. I went to YouTube. I needed to know more. I wanted to know about her personal life. I had to study. And she said that she grew up really poor in New York City. A lot of nights they didn't have dinner, so she go dumpster diving with rats for food. Some nights they didn't have electricity, so she take an extension cord and plug it into the apartment next door so she could have light. I said, oh, those are those places she's going back to for these serious, dramatic roles. See, I grew up an only child with 2 professional parents. We had 3 meals and dessert. So I will never get a damn Oscar. I could just cancel Christmas. My parents have messed up my life with opportunity and no student loans and stuff. I said, this ain't even right, you know. I was so mad because everybody with a horrible upbringing, those the Oscar winners, you know. So it's that they going places. I was telling my acting coach, and she wouldn't take that for an answer. She said, no, everybody has something horrible in their background. Maybe yours was just so horrific, you buried it. You need to take time and think. Because we all have something we can pull from for these serious, dramatic roles. Just take some time and think about yours. So then I started thinking. And she was right. I remember that time when I went to Macy's and they were closed. I was just tugging on the door. Just tugging on the door. Then I went next door to Bloomingdale's and they didn't have my size. I was crying like hell. I had a snot bubble. I was flicking tears from underneath my chin. It's like I was right back there. It's crazy. The news don't give you no good news. Now, last week we had a blackface eruption. I'm like, is this 2019 or 1819? Like, I don't even know what years is this. Blackface, really? And when Janet did her song State of the World in the 80s, and she had the part of the song that said, prejudice, no. Bigotry, no. Ignorance, no. She needed to add blackface, no. Like, nobody needs to put blackface, or I don't even understand what is the governor of Virginia. This man said that this man actually got in his car in '84, drove to the store to get some black shoe polish to put this on his face because he was trying to be Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson ain't never been that black. Like, shoe polish black? You was already closer to his complexion with your own damn face, sir. Are you kidding me? So we like, give it to the black guy, and they said the black guy got 2 sexual harassment cases that done popped up. Then they said, but give it to the third white guy. He was like, excuse me, but I too have some blackface photos out here somewhere. I might as well say it on the front end. it was the 80s, and I was trying to be Curtis Blow. The rapper, I was Curtis Blow. And I said, well, you also not getting this job. And these are the breaks. Just craziness. I'm sorry. I blame Donald Trump on all this stuff. We ain't had this kind of ignorance before he got in office. I'm sorry. This man is on some whole other stuff. Everybody involved with him is under indictment for something. And he's just standing tall. They cannot seem to catch this daggone man for some reason. Everybody under indictment. I mean, he only hires the best. Only the best. The only person he ever hired that was actually qualified to do their job was Stormy Daniels. Check her Yelp reviews. Not one complaint. Not one unsatisfied customer. Stormy Daniels is the bomb. I go to her Twitter page every day because she is hilarious. She should be a professional comedy writer. She has me cracking up. Her clapbacks are the best in the business. Every morning I get up, I get me some popcorn and some box wine. And I go straight to Stormy Daniels' Twitter page, and I laugh. I call her the cyber Bruce Lee, because she just stands in the middle of cyberspace and kicks the hell out of everybody. This woman makes trolls block her. I've never seen anything like it. She has no friends. This woman is fearless and peerless, and she cracks me up all day long. And the best part is to watch these right-wing men come on her page because they mad that she's putting Donald Trump out there, and they think they can make her feel bad for her career choice, and it never works. What I learned from reading her thread is you cannot slut shame a professional hoe. Because Stormy don't give a damn what you think about her. She is paying all her own bills. She does not care. They should take all the Confederate monuments down and replace them with Stormy Daniels. Just take kids on field trips. Who's that? That's General Stormy Daniels. What did she do? She took more shots to the face than Robert E. Lee. Not only is it that time of the month, it's that time of the night, apparently. Oh, I love y'all. Y'all are the best 38 people I've ever performed for. This is amazing. I'm not leaving this stage. I'm having way too much fun. I'm gonna sit here forever. Because I'm telling you, switching careers, you gotta know what you're doing. You know, I ended up doing a whole bunch of jobs for one day. I was an Uber driver for one day. That's as long as I lasted. That's a horrible job. You gotta let strangers in your actual car. You know, a cab driver, they don't care. They don't own that cab. You can spill stuff in it, hit it in the back. They just gonna take it and leave it. They don't care. But an Uber driver, that's their actual car. And that day, I must have gotten all the crazies. You know, car empty. You know, my door opens up. This girl jumps in the passenger seat with me. So I already know you batshit crazy. Like, why are you sitting this close to me, ma'am? Why is your knee touching my knee? All this room is open in the back. Why are you this close to me? This lady had this sack, and then I realized why she sat up there. She had one of those 8 power strip outlets you get from Radio Shack. She plugged it in my cigarette lighter. This chick plugged in everything she had in that sack. She plugged in an iPhone, an iPad, an iPod, a curling iron, a tea warmer. I mean, she was just pulling stuff out. I said, what in the heck? My overhead dome light started flashing. I was like, you are about to burn my battery out. I couldn't wait to get her out the car. The next guy jumps in the back seat, holding his chest, moaning, talking about, step on it. I've been shot. I said, what the heck did you just say? I was like, why would you jump in here like that, sir? This is an Uber. This is not an ambulance. And I'm not stepping on anything. I'm not getting a ticket for you. I don't even know you. He was like, I was like, you better not be bleeding on my leather seats. This man was moaning so loud, I had to turn my music up. And every song was inappropriate. Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. Next song, hit me with your best shot. Next song, I shot the sheriff. I said, you know what, sir? I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music off. This is obviously not your night. So I turned the music off. I said, just lean back, calm down. We'll get there eventually. So he was like, why are you pulling over? I said, because I don't have a choice. You hit Uber Pool, you broke bastard. Now sit back before you scare this next lady and cause me to get 1 star. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Did y'all know there was a waitress at the Last Supper? See, don't nobody talk about the waitress. That's messed up. There was a waitress at the Last Supper. She looked like Flo on the Jeffersons. And it was her day off. She was just going to chill. You know, she wanted to wash her apron, rest her bunions. She was looking forward to this day off. But then Jesus asked her if she'd come in. And how can you tell him no? So she's like, I got to go in. So soon as she gets in, the 12 apostles start asking her stuff like if she could turn water into wine. She's like, I don't do that. Y'all trying to be cheap. That's Jesus. If you want wine, order wine. She already getting hot under the collar. So then they start ordering wine. They breaking dishes and clinking glasses and tearing stuff up. And she has to clean all that mess up. And she is not happy. Then when it came time to pay, they asked for 13 separate checks. She said, "This the last supper." You know she was there because who took the picture? You know what I'm saying? But follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever y'all have. I need to get 9 followers by Sunday. As the entertainment industry really trips on your social media numbers. They don't care if you got any talent. They just want to know your social media numbers. It's real ignorant right now, trying to make it in Hollywood, trying to make it like AJ. Give it up for AJ putting this show on. Hilarious as ever. Had to deal with all these crazy folks in Hollywood. She was talking about her ex-husband. It's hard dating out here. Anybody here meet online? Any online couples by round of applause? Anybody? What site did y'all meet on? Facebook. Damn! I like that. Y'all found love for free? So what'd you do? You snuck in her inbox? Or you just did it right there on the thread in front of everybody? Oh, it was her. You found him, ma'am? Oh, y'all saw each other face to face at a party, but did y'all exchange Facebook information at the party, or you just found him later? Okay, y'all were already friends. Yeah. Okay, Facebook was the connector. How many years y'all been together now? Almost 5. Give it up for them. Almost 5 years. Y'all look good. That's a beautiful couple. Almost 5 years. I ain't had luck like that. I met all the crazies, But maybe it's because I was on like Craigslist and I've even been on Angie's list. I was like, I know it's a sexy plumber out here with some plumber's crack. Just waiting. I met everybody. I met a white guy on a site called Black People Meet. I thought it was dyslexic. I'm like, it's called Black People Meet, not Meet Black People. We did what they say to do. They say meet at a public place. And we met at a public place, and he was wearing a T-shirt that said, "I let the dogs out." I was like, I wondered who. He was 40 years old, and he had never washed his own clothes because his mother always washed his clothes. And then the washing machine broke, so we went to the laundromat. We weren't in there a good 3 minutes before he said, "They're racist in here." So I thought he was getting some strange looks. I said, "Well, what happened?" He said, "They're in the back talking about separating the colors from the whites." My name's Alicia Cooper. You've been great. One more thing. Sorry, AJ, one more thing. I forgot one more thing. Okay, I haven't performed in a minute. I forgot to tell y'all about Donald Trump. That we went from Barack Obama to Donald Trump, so I guess orange is the new black. And I have my shirts in case anybody wants a shirt that says orange is the new black. My name's Alicia Cooper, thanks.
Where'd you get that shirt? You made it. Okay.
Give it back.
Nope. I thought it was like a Gordon Guttrell. No, that was a Cosby thingy. That was a Cosby reference.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah, one sleeve, yeah.
And Denise made that for him.
Okay.
How many people get into Facebook arguments? I got into a Facebook argument the other day, and I was like, what are you doing? And I could see myself doing it, but I'm like, don't. He's stupid. Don't do it. And I got involved. And so what happened was, everybody knows that I'm a Serena Williams fan. I am the super Serena fan. Not necessarily because of all that she's accomplished, but because of what it took for her to accomplish all that she's accomplished. So I'm really big fan of hers, right? And so he posted something a picture of her as a little girl, and he said, "You can't change ugly." I mean, Black History Month, come on. So I said what I said, and he said what he said, and I said what I said, and I'm like, what are you doing? You should be living your best life. You shouldn't be going back and forth with these niggas. But I did it. And so I got sucked in, right? And then he called me, and I said, you know what, here's the thing, brother. I said, listen, I remember when Arthur Ashe won the first U.S. Open. And I remember when Billie Jean King, I've been a fan for a long time. I remember when Billie Jean King ruled the women's side of tennis until Martina Navratilova showed up, and then she ruled the women's side of tennis until Chrissy Evert showed up, and then she ruled the women's side of tennis until Steffi Graf showed up, and then she ruled the women's side of tennis until Martina Hingis showed up. And see, I also remember when Bjorn Borg and John McEnroe had their epic tennis match, and I also remember when John McEnroe cussed out his first umpire. I remember when Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras changed the game to a power game. I remember the day that I saw in 1999 when Serena Williams won her first U.S. Open. And since then, for the last 20 years, she and her sister have ruled the women's side of tennis. Not only has she ruled it, they dominated and revolutionized the game. They are the greatest two athletes that America has ever seen. And you gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying? And let me just say this. If they were born men, nobody would even know who LeBron James was. True. They are the greatest two athletes that we've ever seen in the history of sports. They have won more championships than any other athlete in the history of sports. In the history of sports, men or women. And I was like, and how you gonna disrespect two of the greatest athletes we've ever seen in our lifetime? And I was like, dude, what's wrong with you? And so he was like, well, she just ugly. I said, you know what? If you don't know the difference between a double fault and a double cheeseburger, I'm gonna need you to shut your $6 ass up. Meanwhile, you disrespecting our queen like that, and you taking the side streets because your tags is late. If you don't sit your broke ass down. How did you like Alicia? The girl is smart. Well, you're in for another treat, because this young man, not only is he from Oakland, I don't know why people from the Bay always brag about being from the Bay, because that's like you from the Bay too? What is it about the Bay? I'm from the Bay. The Bay, that's the Bay boo. Oh, are you from the Bay? When you meet somebody from the Bay, y'all get excited. It's like, what's the big deal? It's water, it's cold, there's a bridge. I don't get it. But y'all, it's a special something going on in the water up there, because you get it. My best friend's from the Bay. Oh, yeah, girl. I was like, we were at a party, and she's like, sitting in the corner with somebody. I'm like, who is that? Oh, he from the Bay. So what? From the Bay. It's all about the Bay. I don't know. I got to go to the Bay. Besides Steph Curry, what else? What else is there? My uncle's here from the Bay. From Oakland. Y'all may want to talk afterwards. I don't know. Y'all may have a secret language or some code. I don't know what the hell is going on, but y'all have a secret code or some shit. Okay. He's from the Bay. He is an amazing young actor, comedian, writer, and he has written for everybody that you see, that you enjoy in their comedy specials. Please put your hands together for my friend and the man who still looks like he's 12 years old. I can't figure it out. Mr. Kente Scott.
Thank you for the Zamunda drums. Appreciate that, bro. That sounds like the intro to every rap song from like 81 to 85. I just want to break dance off that shit. Like, what you want to do? How's she gonna bring me out and diss my hometown on the way out? He from the Bay. Fuck the Bay. Give it up for Kente Scott. Disrespectful. Where my Bay folks at? Make some noise. Yep. All right. Enough of us to fight if we got to. That's all I need. 3 or 4 folks to have my back. You look like you got a knife in your purse. Yeah, box cutter in your hair or something. I know, shit. It goes down. We go down together. I'm behind you. I ain't fucking around. This is nice. Give it up for AJ putting this all together. Y'all look cold as shit. You look like you were outside waiting on the Raider game to start, man. Shit, look like you waiting out on Black Friday for the big screen TV. You bring the snacks, nigga? I thought you brought the snacks. It's cold as fuck out here. Shit. Y'all don't see them. She got on scarves. She got on mittens. Is that a little foot warmer down there? She got a little space heater by her feet? Yeah. They wasn't really paying for the heat in this bitch tonight. You can get the spot, but the heat is extra. Well, fuck the heat. It's gonna be 38 people. We don't need all that. They'll just sit next to each other and rub on each other's arms. Fuck it. I'm backstage in a thermal. I got a tent back there. I got a small bonfire going. It's cold as shit. AJ introducing folks, and right before she introduced you, she see a family member and have a family reunion. She be like, coming to the stage from Oakland, California. Hey, Uncle Willie, how you doing? Them ribs show was good you had. You remember them ribs we had? I'm like, shit, I'm freezing back here. Jordans ain't got no thermals in them. My toes are frozen. The drum over here, whoa out. I'm glad you got a seat, man, because I know them Gators is kicking your ass at this point. Shit. Motherfuckers is fly, but they hurt like hell. Some hour-and-a-half shoes right there. And you've been standing up for 2 hours right now. Your pinky toe is like, fuck you. And these drums. Shit. Got one little square of carpet from Ross or something up here. I'm on stage, nigga, I'm off stage. I'm on stage, nigga, I'm off stage. What? It's phenomenal. You want carpet on the stage? There you go, there it is. This shit don't match nothing. It's I'm from who auntie house they got this from? Grandma quilted. Grandma made that carpet for you. You put that up there in that theater, baby. That's yours. Merry Christmas. It look like something from Good Times or something. Feel like Floyd Evans should come out from backstage. James, baby! Oh, shit. That's what happened. Y'all look cold, too, man. I'm sorry. Shit. You are wrapped up. At least you would match the shit out of your thing, man. You coordinated the hell out of that outfit. You were like, and I got a throw that matches my pants. All them colors, you get ran over. That's murder, because ain't nobody not see you crossing the street. That's all I'm saying. Who hit Little Red Riding Hood? This is fucked up. I'm just saying, you know, shit that comes in my mind. Stop playing. You cute, though. You cute, though. Stop playing. You know, she does look like she should have a little basket with some shit in it. 3 muffins or something. It's grandma's house we go. Shit. Oh, man. What else we want to talk about? Y'all good? These niggas ain't even paying attention. Look here, nigga. I told her I wasn't giving her my jacket, so she need to dress up for Breast Buy, because, yeah. These niggas high as shit. He talking to me? Oh, shit, okay. Oh, this nigga talking about you. He in the first row. Who you talking about, brother? Nigga, you. Nigga steady talking, hey, man, so we gonna go get Fat Burger after this or what, nigga? Now, I'm gonna drop them off at Best Buy so they can get that big screen Black Friday in 3 months, nigga, so, oh, just playing. Daryl Littleton came out. D. Militant. That's what he go by, D. Militant. I tried to throw all his names together. My brain is frozen. I've been backstage. I didn't have a shawl or a thermal jacket. It's cold as fuck. He was talking about the history of comedy in between his set, because he really just came out here in 30 minutes and then threw out Chris Rock, Kevin Hart. Thank y'all. Good night. But, I mean, I got started. I wanted to do comedy because Richard Pryor. Like, Richard Pryor. Like, I was little when Richard Pryor. I'm old. My face is frozen. Don't judge me. And here's how you know. My father had a Richard Pryor 8-track. Yeah. And I had a little robot called 2XL that was supposed to be for quiz games and shit. But I stole my father's Richard Pryor 8-track, and my little 2XL robot was cussing. And I played that shit to death. My father, where my Richard Pryor 8-track? Mama took it. I don't know. But every day in my room at night, I was listening to Richard Pryor. I do Mudbone. And one of my favorite Richard Pryor, the first Richard Pryor joke I remember to death was him doing Mudbone and talking to any church people in here? Too many? Good, I'm gonna say dick, so when you get to church tomorrow, pray for me. Because Mudbone was talking about the two black men that had big dicks, and they wanted to see, they was always arguing about who dick was bigger. Auntie, you probably know what I'm talking about. She looking, baby. So they were driving across the Golden Gate Bridge in the Bay, and because they was going to have their contest, and they didn't want to do it all out in front of nobody because they didn't want people to think they was freaks. And they was driving over the bay, and all that water made them want to go piss. So they pulled over, and they went to relieve themselves over the Bay Bridge. And the guy, and one dude said, turned to the other dude and said, damn, man, this water cold. The other brother said, yeah, nigga, it's deep, too. And I heard that joke, I was like, I am going to be that. That's what I'm going to do. So, anybody from Faithful Central up in here? Yep. Don't judge me. I'll be there tomorrow at 9:30. He the one told the dick joke. No, that was last night. In the morning comes confessions. I'm good. I'm good. Any single ladies in the house? Y'all raised your hand like they was going to win something. Me, nigga. Like you was going to get dinner. Me, let's go. It was up first. There's only 3 of y'all? Huh? You said what? It's too cold to raise your hand? You just flipped your eyelashes? Me, nigga. Me. It's the only thing not frozen in here. SOS. It's cold as fuck in this place. I'm not even playing. My nose is running. I ain't even got no sinus problems. Be here sniffing all on the mic like a third grader. Auntie. Can't they do cocaine? No, my sinuses is fucked up. It's cold-ass, cavernous place up in here. I'm single. Single brothers in the house? No? Yeah, okay. Yeah, 3 of y'all. I'm all right with being single. Like, I'm cool with being single because I have cable TV anytime. I get too lonely, I can turn on ESPN and watch a game, HBO, I'm good. What I'm saying is I'm not desperate. Like, just because you like me, I don't have to like you. It's not third grade no more. Because I did a show in a place called Kennewick, Washington, which has the highest population of white people in America. Like, when I got off the plane, I raised the black population by 50%. And I did this show, and after the show, I talked about being single. This very large white lady came up to me after the show. Now, it's Los Angeles, it's 2019. Brothers, if you like white girls, do you. My name is Kente. Kente and Amy is like Django and Becky. This shit just don't really go together. Not at all. Yeah, my mama was like, yeah, we gonna name him Kente. He not gonna lose that one. Shit. The white women can't even say my whole name. Like, I'd be like, my name is Kente. They'd be like, Kent? No, Kente. Ken. Be like, Kente. Dante? No, Kente. No, that's too much oppression on that name. No, too much history. I can't do it. But I did this show, and this large white lady came to the show. And I'm not talking about regular large. I'm talking about, like, rotund. Like, she was hefty. Like, she was so big that even her words had weight. She came to me, she was like, "Hi, handsome. How are you?" I said, "I'm terrified right now. I think I peed on myself just a little bit." Didn't deter her, brother. She wasn't going nowhere. She was looking me up and down. She was like, "You making me want to have some brown sugar." I said, "I don't know if that's good for you because you clearly look diabetic. I don't want you to slip into a coma and die." "Ma'am, just trying to save your life is all." Fucked up because she's diabetic and she slipped into a coma and died. Somebody's like, "What? What'd he say?" I had to explain it to that one person in the audience. I want all 38 of us to get in on these jokes. Not, no man left behind in this comedy set is what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm a single father. Single fathers in the house, make some noise. So you mean to tell me out of these 38 black people, it's only me, disco drummer over here, and the other brave dude? Get the fuck out of here. By law of averages, it's 3 or 4 motherfuckers up in here waiting on test results right now with their fingers crossed. Let it be Johnny's. Let it be Johnny's. These two niggas over here like, nigga, not me, no. But, no, I'm a single father, and before I tell you how old my daughter is, let me tell you this. Like AJ said, my face is frozen. I'm older than I look. The reason why I know this is because every time I go home to the Bay and see people I went to high school with, I realize they're aging really badly. True story. Last Thanksgiving, me and my daughter ran into my prom date. My prom date left. My daughter said, yeah, Daddy, your face is frozen because hers is clearly melted. I said, she didn't always look like that. She was cute in high school. She smokes weed and drinks Hennessy. What I'm saying is don't do drugs. That could be you. Because y'all know, in the black community, you older, you still look good. They say black don't crack unless you smoke crack. There's plenty of 18-year-olds outside looking like Flavor Flav right now. Yeah, boy. And let me ask y'all this. We family. I'm going to come over to Uncle Willie for some ribs. There's 38 of us. We cool. Y'all ever ran into somebody that you ain't seen in a good 10, 12 years and you had to look into their soul to recognize them because they let themselves go so bad? I ran into my boy last summer. He said, Kente. I said, Tony, is that you in there? Run towards the light. Here comes the judgment part. You choking? You need some water? I don't want you to die. I'm going to take that nice drum, though. If you die, I'm taking this one on the end. I'm pouring the shit out of that thing. I feel like it got a genie in it or something if I rub it. My daughter turned 25 this past September. God damn, that's disrespectful. I can hear you. Somebody said, what? Auntie over here looking at me like I had my daughter in 3rd grade, like we went to middle school together. Like, I'm going to see you after 3rd period. Remember, it's pizza day. Daddy loves you. Y'all are ridiculous. What? No, I mean, I had my daughter in college like the rest of my friends. We played a game called Who Can Go Raw the Longest, and I lost. Yeah, see? That's why. You know, who knew? But, yeah, my she's in her 5th senior year at Cal State East Bay up in Northern California. I'm glad this is an intelligent crowd, because usually somebody always claps for that shit, and I'm like, y'all didn't hear me. She's not a 5th year senior, she's in her 5th senior year. At this point, I'm like, what are you majoring in, longevity? Minor in tenacity? What the fuck? And it wouldn't be that bad, but after her real junior year, she came home to LA and she was like, Daddy, I want to do the rest of my time online. I only got 5 classes left. I was like, cool, that saved me like $5,000 in housing fees. You ain't gonna be in my house but 6 more months. 5 years later, she still got 2 classes. She taking these classes so slow, I feel like I got dial-up at the house. I'm like, why don't you go to Starbucks, knock this shit out so you can move? Because when she was gone, my house was a bachelor pad. I'm a single father. It was going down. She been at home the last 5 years, all day, every day, all weekend, every weekend. Spring break, you don't want to go nowhere, I will pay for the shit. So I had to sit her down. I was like, look, we got to come up with a system because I'm trying to find you a stepmama out in these streets. So if you happen to come home, you might have seen this in college in your dorm room. You come home, you see a sock on the door. Need to do a couple laps around the neighborhood because your daddy's entertaining company. Old school, this was working great till about 3 weeks ago. I came home, there's a sock on the door. Oh, my ass. I kicked my front door in like the LAPD. I was like, blah. I was walking through my house like a game show host. I was like, maybe the little bastard's behind door number 1. I kicked her door off the hinges. She's like, Daddy, what's wrong with you? I was like, where's the little dude got the sock on the door? She said, Daddy, you put that sock on the door last week. I said, oh, shit. I almost gave myself a heart attack. And who's going to replace all these doors up in here now? So now we just took it back to the 70s. We got beads in the house. Ain't nobody in there. We good? We good. We good. And my friend says she's not leaving because I made it too comfortable for her. And I think she's right because the other day I came home and I looked in the refrigerator and it was a Cheesecake Factory bag with her name on it. And I said, what's that? She said, those are my leftovers. I put my name on it. You can see that I paid for it. I said, oh, that's what the hell we doing now? So I put my name on the refrigerator because I paid for that shit. I went in the living room, put my name on the TV and the cable box. I paid for both of those. I wrote my name on a post-it and just threw it on the ceiling. She's like, what's that, Daddy? I said, because I paid for the ceiling over your damn head. Better figure this shit out. But I love her. I love her. I can't. I don't want her to go out. I don't want to send her out to the wolves. You know, I don't want to kill nobody. You know, because how old are you? Yep. Nope. Because you look like you cool. You look like you cool, and yeah, I don't want to have to stalk y'all. Because you big. How tall are you? Yeah, you can have her. I'm not losing that fight, shit. Not gonna lose my daughter and my self-respect on the same one. Go on, that's you, bro. You should just take care of her, please. Here's $20. He looks shorter in the seat. Damn, 6'5". I was supposed to be that height. Like, no, for real. I'm gonna tell you the story. No, first of all, I had to go to therapy about this. My father is 6'1", 225 to this day. My nephew, 6'1", 210. I was had a height inheritance. 9th grade, I'm playing football, basketball, everything. 4'11". Disrespect. Quiet, don't look at me like that. I got cut from the football team because the coach said, you're too small. Went home crying. My father said, what's wrong with you? I said, my coach cut me from the squad. He said, I was too little because I'm 4'11". He was like, your coach is a fool. I was your same height till I was 19 years old. On my 19th birthday, I woke up 6'1", 225. Went back to my coach, like, look here, coach, you might want to put me on the squad because when I get this college scholarship, I'm going to give you a shout out because 19, I'm going to be 6'1", 225. You don't understand the kind of hope it gives a man who's 4'11" in the 9th grade. In 11th grade, for junior prom, I was 5'3". Asked this girl, she was 5'7" and a half. Asked her, you want to go today? She's like, you too small for you. I was like, you might want to fool with this height train early. It was 19, I'll be 6'1", 225. You want to be my high school sweetheart. Make this happen. Night before my 19th birthday, I went to sleep at 7:30 like I was waiting on the height Santa Claus. I said, good night, y'all. Woke up the next morning bitter as shit and 5'9" and a half. My father said, what's wrong with you? I said, you lied to me. He said, what you talking about? I said, you said when I woke up on my 19th birthday, I was going to be 6'1", 225. He said, oh, yeah, you take after your grandfather. I said, how tall was he? He was like 5'9" and a half. I said, this is some bullshit. I could have been doing short people shit like calligraphy and Worlds of Warcraft or something. I was bitter the whole summer. I ain't talked to him for like 3 months. He came in there one day. He was like, were you still mad? I said, yeah, I'm still mad. I'm still 5'9" and a half. He's like, look at this picture. He said, what you see? I said, I see my granddaddy and my grandmama. He said, what else you see? I said, I see you and your 4 brothers and sisters. He said, what you see on your grandmama's face? I said, she's smiling. He said, yeah, she was always smiling. Because from the waist up, your grandfather was 5'9" and a half. From the waist down, he's 6'1", 225. I said, shit, yeah. I take after my grandfather. And that's how I got over it, because me and my granddaddy are great people. But I love my father. I base everything as a father off of what my father taught me. Like, anybody, 2 dudes, well, you got a boy or girl, your kids are grown. Your kids are adults. You got 5 kids? You just keep practicing. That's ridiculous. You are definitely a musician. Papa was a Rolling Stone. You got boys or girls? Both? What age was a good age for your daughter to start dating? 21. 21? Yeah. That's what most daddies say. I was like that, too. I was like that. Single father over there? What, you got, a boy or a girl? Dad. Okay. How old is she? When did she start dating? He's like, last week. I was like that. I was you. I was you till my daughter got to be 14 and started turning that teenage attitude, started getting on my nerves. And I was like, ooh, I might wait too long, let her start dating. She'll miss this early dating phase, fuck around and be shy, be 35 years old, still living at home with me. Be like, Daddy, what are we doing today? Trying to find your ass a husband. Made you a profile on christianmingle.com. You might want to check it out. But my father told my sister she could start dating at 16, and I was like, okay. She turned out all right. I could do that with my daughter. And of course, on my daughter's 16th birthday, she went to school and told everybody my daddy said I could start dating. Because the phone started blowing up, and I tried not to be overly fatherly about it till this one dude called the house, and he had way too much bass in his voice. And I said, who the hell is that on the phone? And my daughter did the thing that African-American girls master at the age of 14. If they don't like your question, they will cough, hiccup, and sneeze as a response. I said, who's on the phone? She said, I said, bless you, who the fuck is on the phone? And she said, God's honest truth out of her mouth, that's just my friend Otis. I said, you're going to have to hang up that phone right now. She was like, Daddy, what's the problem? I said, here's my problem. I don't know no new nigga's name Otis. The youngest nigga I know named Otis is 56. He fixes carburetors on Crenshaw, and I think he smokes Newports. Ain't no new niggas named Otis, no new women named Gladys. They come into the world at 33, so hang up the phone. Arrogant bastard called back. I snatched the phone and said, look here, old nigga name. My daughter is 16, old nigga name, and there'll be no R. Kelly going on a bit. We understand each other, old nigga name. He said, I'm sorry, sir, I was named after my grandfather. I said, you need to get you a new nigga nickname like Old Dog or something. I get out of here. My father turned 80 this past summer. He don't believe in nothing new. He don't believe in none of these new trends. No, he not gonna be the one with the knees out and the skinny jeans. He not that dude. He an old dude. If it didn't happen before 1986, he don't believe in it. Case in point, my nephew is 16 years old, has no facial hair, but every 3 days runs to the bathroom with a razor. One day, my father called him. My nephew, he said, boy, what you doing? My nephew said, I'm manscaping. Uncle Willie, you know what that is? You a little nasty mother. My father didn't know. My father know. My nephew says when you shave your nether region, because women like it when you're clean shaven down there. My father heard that shit, damn near lost his mind. My father said, shit. He said, come here, boy. If you don't take nothing else I ever tell you as gospel, you take this to the grave with you. He said, ain't nobody worried about you cutting your grass if your tree is big enough. And from upstairs, my mama said, show you right, baby. Bring that weird wood upstairs and play a little Paul Bunyan. Hey, y'all, my name is Kente Scott. Give it up for AJ. Appreciate y'all. Drum me on out of here, sir.
Thank you, Kente. One more time for Kente. I wasn't dissing the Bay, though. I wasn't dissing. Y'all can fight up in the Bay. That's what I do know. Y'all fight. Y'all can fight. I can't. So, but no, much love to you. Okay, one more time for Kente. So this is the part. Ain't he cute? Telling y'all, if the cowboy thing don't work out, I'm gonna call him. So this is the part where I want to pay tribute and pay homage to somebody, to a living legend. And the living legend that I'd like to pay respect to is Paul Mooney. Because Paul Mooney is one of those people that also is one of my teachers, and he's one of my friends, and his sons are also people that have become my friends too. So I just want to bring out one of the twins, because the other twin is somewhere, and he's wearing his dad's hat, and he can tell you more about what he's up to and what's going on. But this is my paying respect to Paul Mooney. The living legend is Dwayne Mooney.
That's it.
Dwayne Mooney, everybody. Living legend. So my question to you, Dwayne, is was your first gig on the Richard Pryor show?
No.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and tell them what.
Thank you. Give AJ a round of applause. Yes. This book is called Sacred Man, A Man's Guide to Openly Loving, Healing, and Managing Multiple Women, but we won't talk about that this evening.
Or men.
Yeah.
Or men.
Yeah, men, women can do it too. They can change it around. Give the drummer some. Yes, I am the son of Paul Mooney, one of the Mooney twins. He's the only person who has children older than him. Their dad was too much. I just want to say that, make an announcement. What's the dude's name from Empire who got his ass whooped? What's his name? They just found out who did it. Liam Neeson. It's Liam. Yeah, A man from Empire took an ass whooping, and it was taken. But yeah, he did it. And that's it. But it's interesting that AJ put this on because I've been knowing her for years. I've had a crush on her ever since she was on that show, Different World. She was fine then, and she's even more beautiful now. And because of the Black Panther, chocolate women are back in. So she may be a millionaire in the next 2 years because the Black Panther put some black women on screen, didn't it? Wasn't that incredible? Because it was light-skinned woman time till then. So to see black women get some play, I was out. You know, I love big noses and big lips. Because as my father said, if all the big shit left America, it would be no black people. And shit would be boring. All the big booties, the big legs, the big lips, the big eyes, the big lips, the big breasts would be gone. All we would have is the Kardashians faking like they black. So, and they get, you know what I like about them though? They get black men. They get some crazy brothers, but they do get black men. One was a drug addict. Kanye just out of his mind, so it works well. The white dude that was married to the wife turned him into a white woman. Looked like an old Chinese woman. So they'll mess you up. Them is witches. They'll mess you up. But I want to say that because of women like AJ, who really always had that sophistication going, and she said, you know, she didn't think she was beautiful because that's because of Hollywood. Brothers in the hood know fine when they see it, don't they? See, it ain't nothing like real lips. Y'all didn't hear me. Because, you know, the white woman actress in Hollywood is taking the black woman's lips. You know that. But they're fake. You know, they taking the fat from their behind and putting it in their lips. That give a whole new meaning to kiss my ass, don't it? So I wanted to talk about the greatness of Paul Mooney, because I'm not really here to do stand-up. I wanted to talk about the greatness of my father. He has dementia now, so he's retired. He's not really doing stand-up. He's the one who put the consciousness in Richard Pryor, okay? He's the one who made, he toured with Eddie Murphy. He was a writer on Living Color, and he got famous all over again from the Dave Chappelle show. So we like to give it up to Dave Chappelle for giving an elder some play. You know, Ask the Black Man, Negrodamus, that was my father. And my father was known to say the word nigger. Y'all didn't hear me. I mean, he used to say, like, if you say nigger 1,000 times, it'll make your teeth white. We grew up around somebody who would call us nigger all day long. Wake up, niggas. Go to sleep, niggas. Get the fuck out my face, niggas. I'm gonna kick you little niggas' ass. Nigga, nigga, nigga. So it never meant nothing to us. When we became 18, he said, get the fuck out the house, niggas. So it never really meant anything to us, that word. And plus we know the history of nigger. If you really understand it, you know, it really is our word. I mean, you know, nigger really means king. Okay, when you really take it back to etymology and the word context to NGR, it goes way back to the root. It means God. It's just that these silly Negroes don't understand that they're gods. And we need to understand that, you know, we are gods and goddesses, and our Father always instilled that to stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, know that you're a strong black man, And what we're doing is carrying the legacy that he left off, because Dick Gregory is our spiritual father. That's where the beard come from. I got the beard, and I got the Paul Mooney hat. This is the Dick Gregory beard, and the light skin is Farrakhan, okay? So what we're doing is making changes, and as they stood up about, Paul Mooney and Dick Gregory stood up about racism and talked about the conspiracies, my brother and I are about economic empowerment. And we're about changing lives, helping people make money so they can do something with their lives and live free. Because 9 to 5 right now is the new slavery. And we want you to get off of 9 to 5 and start doing for yourself and building the community. We're talking about boycotting Gucci. What the hell is Gucci? Y'all still buying Gucci? Really? Let the rappers boycott that. I'm not thinking about Gucci. I don't need, what we need to do is stop boycotting black business, because that's what we boycott every day. If we just gave 10% back to black business, we can employ every black person in the United States. So let's stop boycotting black business. Can we do that? Hello? Okay. And before I leave, please don't make money a negative. Money is good. Money can do some things. You know, they say money is the root of all evil. The lack of money is the root of all evil. If I don't get paid tonight, you're going to see an evil dude. You do some funny things when you ain't got no money. So let's change that and start raising up and like circulating our dollars with one another. And we can still deal with all other communities. We just need to deal with our community too. Because black folks, you know, we so universal, we forget about us. So let's start paying attention and sharing our dollars with one another and start building our businesses. And then we don't have to boycott nobody because we're taking care of ourselves anyway. And when you take care of yourself, everybody come running to you wanting to know what you're doing. So let's start doing that and loving each other. And thank God for Paul Mooney, for having the Mooney twins. And he didn't have us by himself. We do have a mother, and a lot of people think our mother is white. She is not white. She's a light-skinned sister that thinks she's white. Okay, so this is my book, Sacred Man, and it says A Man's Guide to Openly Loving, Healing, and Managing Multiple Women. Now, it'll also work for you monogamous brothers, too. Because, you know, most black women have 9 different personalities. So this is going to teach you how to deal with each personality so you can have a successful marriage. Okay, I'm Dwayne Mooney. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging in there and hanging out with us tonight. I want to give special thanks to everybody. So this is the thing about comedy. Any comedian that was around in the early 90s, in the mid 90s, there was never a time that you didn't ask somebody, hey, you going to see Mooney at midnight? Because Mooney would always have the same spot at the Comedy Store in the belly room at midnight. Every single night. And we would always show up and just sit there like we were 5th graders and just like watch a master at work. So I just want to say thank you, my brother, for teaching me what I know and giving birth to all of us. Yes. Because without Mooney, there'd be no you, and without you, we would know. Now I'm gonna go and read his book and learn how to manage multiple men. Hey, look, I'm 50 now, so I don't have much time. I'm just gonna have a good time, and I'm trying to get my 5 years back from that marriage. So I want to say also thank you, my brother, my family, Victor Orlando. Thank you for showing up. Ren Brown, where are you? Ren Brown. Ren Brown, please, would you please join us? We heard that. Is Louis Dick still here? And Retha's gone. Okay. So Retha was here. Yeah, she left. Yeah, Retha was here. Tony was here. So I just want to say, so this is what black comedy looks like. Please continue to support us. And here's the thing. We will be here every other month. So go tell somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that got a car to give you some gas money, and y'all come down in April 27th. We're gonna be back. We're gonna have singers, dancers, comedians, more spoken word, and maybe we'll bring Andrew back and he'll remember that poem. And here comes Daryl Littleton again. Thank you, brother, for teaching us. Thank you, Corinne, for bringing me to the Comedy Act, and Ren Brown, thank you for this opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ajai Sanders, let her hear it. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I have to take a point of personal privilege and pay homage to my beloved and dear Paul Mooney, one of my dearest friends in this world. Dwayne is here tonight. We worked together in a play 35 years ago. 35 years ago, 1984, at 1308 South New Hampshire, just at Pico Boulevard.
It was the first Christian musical ever.
That's right. Fight the Good Fight. But no, it wasn't Jesus Christ Superstar. Yes. He took a tack on you, Dwayne. It was the first Negro Christian musical. But I'm overjoyed to have been a part of this presentation this evening. Victor Orlando, thank you very, very much. We will be back, AJ, April 27th. Thank you very, very much. Those of you who have not eaten anything, perhaps we'll all find ourselves at Roscoe's. But thank you all very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.